So, Mimikyu. Let's start with the stats. As you can see, Mimikyu excels at offense, mobility, and endurance. With that being said, Pokemon Unite would merit Pokemon who are able to score, to assist, and to KO. I wouldn't expect Mimikyu to score a lot, given that its scoring and scoring capabilities are not that good. But I do expect it to secure KOs because of its offensive capabilities, as well as to assist in securing those KOs by dealing lots of damage. And that's pretty much it for the stats. Now for the held items, I actually have it here already. You have the, of course, try to get them up to level 30 if you're able to. First, you have the Float Stone to increase its movement speed and attack. That's for offense and mobility. And then the Focus Band, a standard for both defenses, physical and special, to further increase its endurance. And then for endurance and offense, we have the Weakness Policy. So it's gonna add up because if you have a bulky Mimikyu and then it receives damage, it's gonna be able to like revenge kill if it's able to survive some attacks because of the Weakness Policy. So that's how I decide to use it. And then for moves, what I like to do is to pick whichever moves have the least cooldown. Sometimes it's not the best option. Say for example, I know for Armor Rouge, Armor Cannon would have a lower cooldown than Fire Spin, but Fire Spin's just so much better. But that's not the case with Mimikyu. So with Mimikyu, Shadow Claw has 4 seconds of cooldown compared to Clear of 7.5. And then Shadow Sneak, it does have, this is an example of where a move with lower cooldown doesn't always equate to better. I just find Shadow Sneak is so much better. And you'll get to see why I say that once I do a demo battle. Shadow Sneak has 8 seconds, Trick Room has 7 seconds cooldown, but I still pick Shadow Sneak because it's just so much better. So again, for moves, I would pick Shadow Claw and Shadow Sneak. And for the initial move, I usually just go for Astonish just because it's easier to press R on the... It's more intuitive to press R on the Switch instead of ZR. There you go. So before we do a demo battle, let's also talk about the emblems that I'm using. Remember, the emblems should enhance the Pokemon's most proficient stat, and I'll try to keep it as simple as possible. But here is what I'm using for Mimikyu. Remember that Mimikyu is good for offense, for mobility, and endurance. So what you would want as a stat boosts would be attack, physical attack, crit rate, HP, movement speed, defense, and special defense. So equipping yellow emblems, at least 3 of them, will give you a movement speed boost outside of battle. That's why I have 3 yellow. And of course, since it's a physical attacker, I maximized the brown emblems here to fully boost its physical attack. And I also wanted to finally boost its endurance. That's why I have 2 blue for physical defense, 2 white for HP, and 2 purple for special defense. And you could see the summary here. I have plus HP, plus attack, plus defense, minus special attack because I'm not going to use it, movement speed, and critical hit rate. I don't have the emblems that I need to pull off like a plus special defense, but I do see myself updating it once I do. Like there's no plus special defense here, as you can see. And I plan to change that once I have the right amount of emblems. Alright, so with that being said, let us do a demo battle. I'm gonna go ranked just to make sure that I'm giving you the full experience. Yep, ranked. Let's do this. I already have Mimikyu as my favorite, and I like to go all-rounder by default, just because all-rounders can do a little bit of everything. Although not to the same extent as, say for example, an attacker, a defender, or a speedster, or a supporter. But they could do, all-rounders could do all of those things to some capacity. Okay, is what I'm saying. Alright, here we go. Let's make it a good one. I will be taking Mimikyu as a default. And as you can see, the recommended path for Mimikyu is the top path. So I'm gonna be doing that. Top path. And I just happened to be demonstrating Mimikyu. I see how there's two all-rounders, Serena. What I'm gonna try to do is suggest for this Serena user to use a defender, just so we don't have two all-rounders, because I find that it's best practice in Master Rank to have every role. Alright, they listen. Coolness! How about Zyron Zane? If we could have a supporter, please, that would be nice. Okay, we don't have a supporter, but in exchange we'll have two all-rounders. I can get behind that. It's kind of my fault for not adjusting. I could have used a supporter, but this is a video about Mimikyu, so we're going about that. Alright, remember, the top path. Oh, and also, the battle item that I used, if you would notice, is the X attack. Because while Mimikyu is expected to be fast, be strong, and be bulky, its main thing is dealing damage. So I opted for the battle item that would aid to that objective. So for the early game, you'd want to level up as quickly as you can. Unfortunately, I don't have an ally with me that has the EXP share, so I'm gonna have to get these wild Pokemon that are available to me. I also don't have anyone else with me in the top path, so the pressure is on me to secure it. Keep it secured. Yeah, I'll just keep this as secure as I can. See how see why the recommended path is so important? I don't see anyone else taking the... Okay, they came in, but it's too late. I did my best to secure the path, okay? That's what I'm saying. That's why you need to have all roles. And you need to take your recommended paths. And try to not leave a specific path to just one teammate, because they're more likely to get ganged up if that's the case. I'm using Shadow Claw, as I have mentioned. You could watch videos from Spraggles and your other favorite Unite creators, because they do a much better job of explaining how the boosts in Shadow Claw works, all that jazz that I just can't do at the moment. Okay. I also could have run away, but I don't think the enemy would have let me gotten away. Also, the weakness policy was activated, so I just decided to do as much damage as I can before I went down. Excuse me, my dear dog Sophie is having respiratory issues. So if you hear that something in the background, that is her. I am doing something about it. Please help me. Alright, I live. Oh my god, that's Darkrai. I just noticed that we had a Darkrai. That's Darkrai, yes? Yep, that's Darkrai. I might actually do Darkrai next for this series, because I love using it. It's so cool. Honestly, just a little bit about Darkrai. It felt underwhelming when I first tried to use it, but ever since they buffed it, it's just more menacing. Okay, we now have Regis. So it is very important, as with any Pokemon, to secure them as best as you can. So I'm gonna do everything I can to make sure that we get the Regieleki. There's also one at the bottom, but since Mimikyu is better at the top path, it is my priority to secure this Regieleki first together with my teammates. So let's hope we do that. Okay, we did it! This Macho. This Macho. I'm not letting it get away! Might as well get me some central area wild Pokemon. I like him. Uh-oh. They got the bottom Reggie. Let's kill them. Also, since we're experiencing the Unite move right now, now's a good time to talk about like targeting. Ideally, you want to target the frail attackers and all-rounders and speedsters. Well, I guess all-rounders are not that frail, but you get the point. You'd want to target the Pokemon that could deal massive amounts of damage. And this is very important, especially in the Rayquaza objective. So that there is a less likelihood of them getting the kill instead of your team. You know? Also, I find that it's best to just go with the teammate. So even if you're ganged up on, there's the survival rate is much better. And this Decidueye, I bet it just loves using its long-range moves. That's why I try to get as close as possible and Shadow Sneak as you have seen. An excellent way of doing that. Try to deal as much damage as possible because I'm gonna die anyway. I think we're doing great so far. I'm gonna help with the Regieleki at the top. Please hold the fort. You guys can do it. You guys could do it. I'll help. I'm coming. Alright, we got it. I will now help secure the bottom Reggie after I kill this Absol. Alright. Let's go, Azumarill. Let's do this. Okay. I'm just gonna start. There's two of us, I think. It'll be more risky if it was just me who's attacking the Registeel, but since there's two of us, I feel more courageous to just take it down. Alright, we did it! Take down this Absol. Well, we can. Okay. Try to score. Take down this Pikachu. If I can. See, that's why you don't expect Mimikyu to score a lot. It's much better at dealing damage. So I just go back to the top path. Keep it safe. And I also get these wild Pokemon so I can level up. While waiting for an ambush opportunity. I could try to help and take down the Darkrai. But first, let's prioritize getting stronger. I'll set up an ambush here. Hold on. Absol incoming. Decidueye. Now's a good time to kill them. Alright. We're doing great so far with the objectives. I like it. Another Rayquaza. The enemy team is under a serious predicament. Like, what are they gonna do? We need to KO this Rayquaza right now. And that's exactly what we're gonna do. I'll use the shield usually to score, but since... yeah, I'll use it to score. But if needed, I'm gonna take advantage of the extra defense to secure some KOs. Because again, it's nice to score, but Mimikyu is much better off dealing damage. It does a much better job at that. Alright. I am happy. Mimikyu died, yes, but it did its job, I'd like to think. Right. Hold the fort for me, Azumarill and Trevenant. You could do it. I'll join in once I revive in 16 seconds. We can do it. We got this. We got this. Also try to score. Yes. So one of the good things to do in the end game is to guard your base and then threaten to score so that your enemies will have a very tough time. We have the bottom path secured with Trevenant, central area is secured, and I will take care of this effing Absol. There you go. I might as well help in the bottom.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Be relentless in the end game. Give them no chance to score. Go, time's up. How do we do? How do we do? So again, my measure of how efficient I am in using Mimikyu is not the score, but in the assists in the KOs. We won 100 score. Okay, good. And then 6 KOs, 10 assists. I'm happy with that. And if you get something like that, you should be too. Let's look at our damage output. 63,000, second highest. We also, look, we dealt a lot of damage, 23%, damage taken 20%, and we've recovered 17%. I'm cool with that. That's an all-rounder for you. Alright, and it looks like we are ahead for most of the game. Alright, that is it for Mimikyu, guys. Thank you for watching this video. I plan to do Darkrai next, but if you have any suggestion, go ahead and comment. Bye!